What's your Minecraft username? It's that one.
Don't worry about it.
MPJ, are you able to talk? MPJ?
Wait, you
Does
gotta
that need
put
to do
shaders
with
on.
the audio settings?
I got a what?
Something's happening.
You gotta put some shaders on.
I have
Okay.
shaders on.
Whoa.
Well, can
Why-
you fly too?
Why can I
What?
see y'all clearly through blocks?
Are you able
no
to
idea.
fly also?
What is it? It's the PvP thing, remember?
I thought I
Oh,
turned
yeah.
it off.
Oh yeah, can you turn it up? That would be nice.
Wait, I thought I turned it
mean,
off. Where the
Is
fuck
everyone
is
supposed
the...
to be selling this?
I removed it? Okay,
What just
No.
I think we fixed it.
I cleared your effect.
Yeah, okay, very good.
Hey, really quick.
Yeah.
Can I get this bow? Can I get put in survival so I can get this bow out of my hand?
Wait, what? You can't put it out of your hand?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the,
adventure.
yeah, it's that like
There you
sidebar bow. Yeah.
Um,
All right, all good.
Okay. MPJ, are you able to talk?
Can
Yeah.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Nice.
Do you have Minecraft?
Unfortunately, no. I don't play Minecraft. I just do animations. But
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
I don't. Yeah, I don't play like lots of games. And yeah, just animate things.
That's okay.
We have solutions to this when people don't have Minecraft.
This is gonna be an armor stand.
Okay, you have the option between skeleton skull, wither skull,
Oh my
zombie
gosh.
skull, normal Steve head, or a creeper head.
I don't think he understands what those are.
Okay, you'll get a wither head. They're cool.
Nice.
Okay, so everybody say hello to MBJ. He's with
Didn't
us.
Apple also be
Wait,
special?
Rhaegar, that's not how you make a wither. You see,
Hello.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, let me just start up some music.
Oh yeah, where do I sit again?
Just
You get the
pick one.
special chair.
Which special chair?
The one that two people are fighting over.
who played the inmate asylum? Who played the asylum inmate? They should get the special chair.
He's not in here.
Who gave us effects? If you want to give us effects without it, the particle showing, you add a true to the end of the command.
Ooh,
Oh my
That's
God.
nice. Oh, spicy.
it is spicy.
It
Very.
is very spicy.
Okay, let's hope that there's no copyright in this. Okay, so Chowder is gonna be taking care of asking all the questions today.
Alright.
He has a list of like things he's gonna be asking you lot. And
God.
first of all, I hope everybody enjoyed the film. Apple has been working really hard.
It was amazing,
Where's
though.
Apple? Yes.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. He did
I'm here.
this. This is the man of the hour. One apple.
Man of the hour. Man of the
Yes.
hour. Man of the hour.
Man of the hour.
Wow.
Yay!
Let me just. I need to get the chat open. That would be a nice idea.
And shut up.
Chowder, do you want to start off with the first question?
Yes, well, we've got the cast here. We've got Apple, our director, and Brager, who wrote the script. So let's start off with Apple.
Oh, Rager.
Oh?
Sorry. No, nothing. No, I just want to say that Rhaegar. Wait, how do I pronounce Rhaegar?
Brager.
Oh, whatever. Rhaegar. Rhaegar and Apple, you guys did an amazing job, and I saw like the whole thing, the cameras, the details, especially the eyebrows. They really caught my attention. I was like, wait, I thought this was animated in Blender. It's like, okay, so these things are just animated in Blender. Then when I asked, like, wait, is this everything in Minecraft? And then you guys say yes. I was like, whoa, I'm alone.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just left behind
Thank
all
you.
this Minecraft stuff. So
Does he sound like a robot to anybody?
Absolutely, yes.
I was about to
Wait,
say,
so-
like, you sound like you're turning into a Terminator.
oh, crap. Really?
Yeah,
Oh no.
you're lagging a little bit, but it's okay. We heard
Oh,
what
yeah.
you said though.
Oh crap. Maybe it's because of maybe it's late. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning. So
Are you
yeah.
watching the stream?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching the stream.
Yeah, it might
It's
lag
perfect.
you.
Ow. Whoops.
Okay, Chowder, want to start it off?
Yes. So let's start off with Apple, the star of the show at the moment, our director, lovely director. So Apple, one question I had is, what was one of your initial pitches for what you wanted to do for this, like in TSC? You know how you started off with Brager,
Oh.
and before you got to Alorion and the ideas you have now, what were the initial pitches? What were you thinking?
Okay, so so Breaker reached out to me 2 years ago saying, "Oh, yeah, we should work on something together." And I said, "Yeah, okay, that'd be really cool." And so he asked me, "What do I want to do in the TSC universe?" And I regret this with all my heart saying this. I said, "Can we have androids in the TSC universe? Can we have androids in the TSC universe, Breaker?" But I didn't know that the TSC universe was a medieval fantasy universe. And I mistook it for Knights of Frost. So,
I see.
so there's that. We started off really strong there. Androids, am I right?
I'm sure you had some other like great ideas too that were along the similar lines, but I don't remember what they were.
No, I don't remember. I only remember me asking for androids, and that was it.
Androids stood out amongst them.
It stood out, yeah.
I think androids would have been a great addition.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
I
It
think
would have been
so.
a great addition.
Would vastly change the direction of this universe. But
So-
yeah.
I'm sure you appreciate also doing something different from your Android universe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So let's hop on to our next question. Apple, what would you say has been your favorite part of working on Alorion?
I'd say the script read-through, really. It was a lot of fun just hanging out with the cast, just having a laugh while reading through everyone's dialogue. Yeah, it's just a fun time before we go on and record the lines, start filming and editing.
All right.
Those are the
So-
boring parts, really.
What would you say like really stood out for you? Like what scenes in the film really touched you? Like what do you think stands out the most here?
Okay, so I like the opening scene a lot because I was able to experiment with the different color lighting in shaders, and red being my favorite color. Yeah, of course, I gotta use it in Alorion. It's a really nice atmosphere having red lighting in Alorion. It really sets the mood for what to come in the film, and and then the second scene that did stand out to me was the second Asylum scene, the part where I animated Leo and Stefan putting on their masks. That was really smooth. I showed Brager and Tanner that one, and you, Chowder, I think.
Oh
Before.
yeah.
I was so proud of that one.
That
And
the
also
way it
the
snaps
brief-
on.
Yeah, the way it just snaps on seamlessly. And
Sure
then
does.
the brief fight sequence as well that came after that, the one with the stab.
I see.
Nothing else to it. It's the stab.
Stab.
The stab.
Very good. I have a question for you. What what made you reach out to Apple? What convinced you that he'd be the right person for this film? And how would you say your perspective on the process went?
Why I asked Apple? What? Well, I started working with Apple on his projects, and I feel like we work well together. First of all, and let me just turn off that music. And he is clearly a very talented director.
Yeah.
Not to mention like the awards last year.
No, don't mention the awards.
Okay, we won't mention. Like clearly talented, and like I feel like an Apple TSC film or something would have been interesting to see because of his unique style, and it would have been different, and it ended up being different, and I love every part of it.
Right. So, on the topic of like what moments stand out to you in the film, I'd like to ask the cast, do you have any moments in the film that really caught your attention?
Apple always has my attention. But Personally, I think that the scene with do you mean like a scene we were working on, or just the entire thing as a whole?
Well, whatever you like. Honestly, I think both work. So
So I was a big fan of the whole script. I really all of it kind of connects a lot together. The biggest part I liked, what I wasn't even working on, when I saw the Jed and Stefan fight, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like Breaker got it done one day, and he like ended up showing it to me after one of our sessions, and he's just like, yo, I have something to show you. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. So he like kidnaps me into a call, and I start watching it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is like S tier quality. This is great. Like every part about it. So you two get absolute props for that scene. That was amazing, including everyone animating it and making the music for it. Easily my favorite part of the film.
I can. Let's just go in alone. What do you think, I can? What was your favorite part?
My favourite part of the entire film, I have to say, would be the bit at the end where Leo is beginning to work everything out. It's having been a fan of like the entire sort of TSC series for a very long time. Sort of seeing things build up for the future is just always amazing to watch for me.
That's great to know. D-Man?
Yeah, following a similar vein, I definitely feel. Who was it? Who was it that said Tarquin? I believe. Who said
Always had your attention. Yeah, trust me.
The scene between the fight scene between Steven and Jed. And for me, while it's all the components of that kind together, the what's it called, the animations, but also the voice acting in that scene really sold. Really sold it well. Sorry, it really sold it well. Yeah, just all how that all came together to create that scene. Yeah, that really stood out to me.
Nice.
A really intense scene, nice and intense.
Tanner, you're under scrutiny. Tell us what your favorite moment was.
There's a lot to choose from, but honestly, I have to go with the post credit because it ties up Jed's character and sets the stage for Stefan, and obviously I'm biased.
No.
No, really?
No.
Oh yeah, I did great that scene.
But yeah, that post credit scene is just creamtastic.
For sure. Let's get back to Apple, our lovely Apple.
Oh,
Apple,
for me,
what would you say the most difficult scene to record was?
the most difficult scene to film and edit, well, not edit, just to film, is the rooftop scene, the Asylum rooftop scene. More specifically, the fight sequences, because that was my first time making a fight sequence. It was a bit rough. You, Bragar, and Tanner heard me trash talking my scene nonstop. I just didn't. It's my first time. It's not too bad. But
you learned some
yeah.
stuff, though, right? You
Oh,
did
yeah, I
some
learned a few things.
reshoots, and it turned out better.
Yes. And speaking of reshoots, this is the scene that had the most reshoots. Yeah. That scene, the rooftop.
Oh, what would you say you learned from it, if anything?
Okay. Well, I need to give the camera some more space.
Mm-hmm.
I need to show like the environment around the people fighting. Gotta space it out more because a lot of the time it seems like they're just really close by. It doesn't have like the momentum it had in fightings in The Remnant and The Thing. It kind of feels a bit rigid, kind of stiff. If you know what I mean.
You fixed that up though a lot more, I think.
Yeah, I fixed it up later on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. It was still great though. Don't be too harsh on yourself. So, Brigger, I'd like to get some of your insights. You've been working on TSC for so long.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think about Alorion? How does it feel different to the other TSC films? And if it does, like, tell me how it does. Tell me why
How
it does.
does it? Well, it's more personal. It's not like a war or anything. Not a big fight. It's a very personal story for Leo, who is like wanting to prove himself as a detective, and it's like he's not a warrior-based character either, which like most other characters have been in TSC, which makes him special in that case too. And he has a very unique type of character development, which we haven't seen before. And plus he's like voiced by Tarquin, which is like amazing. And also directed by Apple, who has a very unique style, and also scored by Tanner, who did like an amazing job with most of the scoring. So you know.
Most of the score.
Well, you should specify that I did most of the scoring. And
I said you did.
That's what you said.
But what you said, it implies that like some of the scoring is bad.
Oh no. Okay,
most
most of the he did most of the tracks. He and Skywave did the other ones. Yes. Wait, where did he go?
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hello. Yes. So let's get back to the cast.
That's why it feels different.
I love you, Breaker. Let's get back to the cast. I'd like to ask the cast, what does your role mean to you? How do you feel like it structured you as a voice actor?
Shall we go the other way around this time?
Yeah, let's go the other way around.
Tanner.
Jeez, I should have prepared something. So Stefan, the question is like, what does he mean to me, right?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be like a long thing, just.
You know, it's hard to say because this was like my first serious role.
Do you feel some pressure because of that, or?
A little bit, yeah, and stepping in because I kind of came in at the last minute, like a couple days before we were reading through the script, and so it was quite the process to work with all the voice actors and get me on a level where I could at least somewhat fit in with all the talent around me.
You did great.
I don't know about that.
He's being too harsh on himself again.
But there was a couple lines in the final film where I was like, man, I really could have done that better.
That is always the case, though,
you know.
for anyone. Okay.
But yeah, lots of
Hey, man. So you voiced the character of Roland. What does Roland mean to you?
What does Roland mean to me? For me, Roland really sort of embodies a character archetype I really like, which is because he's gone through quite a long development in TSC. I'd say let's see. He's gone through such a long development. He started out as sort of an antagonist role, but an antagonist who doesn't really want to be an antagonist, if that makes sense. Someone who wants to do the right thing, was just on the wrong side of history. So him coming to terms with that and sort of changing, sort of the noble general type deal, and that's something I really enjoy playing, because for me there's a character in Star Wars, not in the Star Wars main movies, but in the expanded universe, who serves underneath Grand Admiral Thrawn, even though he reminds me a lot of, and I forgot his name, but this character reminds me a lot of Roland, in that he's while he works for the Empire, he's really he's a good man at heart and wants the best. So yeah, Roland really is inspiring to me, and I'm really happy I got a chance to play him.
And you've been playing him for a long time.
Oh yes, and I'm sure I'll be playing him for many years to come.
Yes, Roland never dies. He's like the new Jed at this point.
And then we got Icanra hiding behind his seat.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, good sir.
Hello, dear chaps.
Icanra, you voice the iconic character Jed. Tell us a little about the role. Tell us how it's structured you. Tell us how it's important to you.
Oh, where do I begin? Okay, so Having played the character for I've just checked, yeah, almost over a year now. Was when I first got
only
cast.
been a year.
Oh,
Already
gosh.
a year?
Yeah, it's been a year. But this was kind of my first, I suppose, step into voice acting. I'd say first major role, I'd say, other than small bits and pieces I've done in the past. And it was an experience which was both terrifying and just amazing from start to finish. Obviously, I'm so glad to have been given this opportunity, and I feel that I have grown as a voice actor in the sense of expressing myself through simply just the voice as opposed to actually live action. And I feel as though I can say that I felt that I've developed through each film, and I'm so glad for each and every opportunity now. But it's been very interesting playing him over such a long period of time and getting to explore this quite complex role through the character arc he's gone through.
Very good. What are you doing?
I was trying to spawn Apple. It was not Apple.
Okay.
Quite disappointing.
I don't want to kill it. Hello. Okay, so about Apple. Apple's sidekick, I should say. Because Apple is clearly the main character.
Honestly, yeah. Apple's the main character. I'm just an extra. Honestly, I don't even
For
know.
So, about Leo. What would you say is important to you, Tarquin, about this character?
Well, when Brager first hired me, it was after I did Endermite for Slightly Insulting, and I didn't even think I was gonna get that role either. Ray just kind of reached out to me, and Brager did the same thing. But I was very new to all of this. I had done a lot of theater acting for about, I'd say, 5 years before all of this. So voice acting was extremely new to me. So it's important because the role, not just because of who Leo is, but because of it being the beginning of my journey in voice acting. I had a lot of directors and a lot of actors who were around me that believed that I could do a good job, and they were always very inspiring and willing to come together with me and talk to me about things if I ever had a question, or if maybe I wasn't so confident some days, they would be there, and that was honestly the support I needed to really get this going.
Great. That's brilliant to hear. You did amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
How much more time do you have, Apple?
I can stick around a bit longer.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's ask Brager one question. Brager, you wrote Crimes of Alorion.
Yes.
You made the screenplay.
Yes.
Did you feel particularly inspired by anything to base the story around? What did you find to be a challenge when writing it?
Well, it stemmed from, we first asked Apple, what do you want to do? That was like the number one thing. We wanted to make sure that was a film that Apple wanted to do.
Right.
And then it stemmed from he wanted to do another detective. Apple likes his detective stories, or like crime ones.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's a little Easter egg to that too. We have all his like detectives in the scene where he's holding his speech at the end. You can see all his detectives in that scene. So yeah, it stemmed from that. He wants to do like something with that, and also we're wanting to progress the world of Landra since the war. So we're moving into more Victorian type era, more Renaissance than medieval. So we were looking a lot into like enough for killing a person now. I'm distracted. So we were looking into a lot of Sherlock Holmes and like general Victorian type themes, and yeah, that was the inspiration for the script.
So, that was the inspiration. Tell me, did you face any challenges when writing the script? Are there any aspects of the script that required some research? Anything that you need to put some effort, like extra effort into it?
Yeah,
Tell me, how did the process go?
Yeah, that was something that was different for this. Or I studied a lot for how to write a detective story or like a crime mystery. So we were like reading a lot about reading, as I just watched YouTube videos, but watching videos on red herrings and general how little to show about the information to solve the mystery, which was a lot of interesting stuff.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Apple. So you said this film has been in the works for 2 years, or at least in the planning stages. would you say it's been changed? Would you say there's like any massive restructuring or changes throughout these 2 years?
Yeah, so it was initially a 5-part miniseries as a side project from the main storyline of the TSC universe. But then, so we introduced more projects over time, and we thought it would be really nice if we could integrate Crimes of Alorion into the main storyline. So then we rewrote the whole thing, I think a year later,
Yeah.
and yeah, and now this is this is the final result.
I was trying to remember, did we write it after or before Lathane was released?
Yeah, in its really early stages before the thing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
So
remember.
it's-
There's so much that happened.
Hmm.
So, Cast, what would you say it was like working with TSC Studios and Apple?
Who's asking?
Oh
like
fuck!
to
We haven't been asking MBJ.
Wait,
Oh wait, really?
my God.
I've been listening to you guys. It was like I'm actually having fun listening to you. So
Yeah, I like because
Oh my God.
you're not in game. I haven't been looking over at you. Oh no.
oh no.
Yeah,
We
let's
should put a sign
start,
to this
let's
one
start
to
with
figure it
MBJ.
Yes.
what was the question again?
What would you say it's been like working with TSC Studios and Apple? How has
Actually-
the process been?
Well, actually, this is my first time though working with TSG. When I was auditioning my voice, I thought like, oh, okay, it's just me just auditioning, and then just okay, I'll just go another one, and then suddenly I got cast in, and then I saw all the videos that you made, the films that you made on YouTube, and was like, wow, this is great, and yeah, it's actually really fun.
It's great to know.
Yeah.
Tanner, tell us what you think.
You know, Apple and Brager are some of the most easy directors to work with. Although, I do want to point out
Oh no.
that Brager is a pain in the ass sometimes with how many
Oh,
times he wants
no.
me to redo lines where I'm about to pass out from not getting oxygen.
Poor Tanner.
You hear Apple, he's like, oh yeah, that was good. And then Brager's like, you need to do it 5 more times.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Fire.
Email.
Yes. What's the question? I'm sorry.
Right. All good. How is it like working with Apple and TSC Studios?
How's it working with Apple? Apple's great, and TSC Studios as a whole is great. I'd say working with sort of the community they've had a really strong sense of community. Even they all have a lot. Everyone I work with really is really in love with like we're all really. It's not just clock in, clock out, like soulless job. It's everyone because it's all volunteer stuff that we do for fun. It's allows us to have a lot of fun with it and have fun with each other. So yeah, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
Trying to open this can very quiet.
Yeah,
It's not
you were.
working.
I
You
thought
failed so badly.
I thought to myself like, who's opening the can in the middle of this conversation? I was like,
I
wait.
was sorry
Yep.
if I was trying to be so quiet. I'm like, I'm so thirsty. Okay.
It's all
I
good,
thought you
man.
just started
That was
opening
good.
it, and
That
like
was good.
everyone
Don't be
heard
shy,
it,
what
but
you
he still
drinking?
continues.
I heard it over the speakers again. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, I kinda.
Hi.
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 Could you repeat?
Hello
the
there,
question In British, please.
Yes, I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Akana, how was it
yes.
like working with Apple and TSC Studios?
Well, it was a very interesting experience, dear chap. I must confess.
Lovely to hear.
Oh yes, lovely day, isn't it? Having worked with only Brager for a majority of these projects, it was really interesting with a new director who'd have a completely different approach to what I was used to. And I think that was one of the best parts, is working with new people that I've not had the pleasure of working with before, and getting some new direction. And I feel like there's been a lot of notes which I received throughout the process and the lines reading, which I completely wouldn't have considered. So I do want to obviously massively congratulate him for his skills as a director and as cinematographer, because I believe that the final product is honestly amazing, and it was a complete joy to be a part of it.
Oh, thank you.
Well said, man.
Trying
Well
to
said.
clap, but the noise cancellation is
There we go.
canceling it out.
Yeah, my noise cancellation can't pick it up.
Hard quiz.
Yes. Yes.
Tarkun is like, yes, ask me the question, but in American.
Right. Okay. Talk.
Well,
Oh
So-
no.
How was it like working with Apple and TSCStudio?
Oh no. Please stop. Please stop.
It was horrible.
Oh god.
Oh no! Why?
We're malnourished. Abusive language is like breathing oxygen for them. I lose sleep every night. I sometimes see them in my nightmares, and if there's a dark hallway in my house, I have to assume they're there before I proceed.
You want to answer that question?
We will have to cancel that.
Cut that out. Cut the stream.
We'll have to put an intermission.
It's honestly really, really fun. This is the first project that I've worked for that I got to like work with people and like collaboratively in calls and stuff, and like actually get live direction. I think that's the most productive way I can act or perform any character, is if a director is there to tell me, hey, like, maybe let's try this direction, because that gives me new ideas. I've only been in this for about a year, been doing voice acting for about a year, so it's nice to get perspective, so that way for future roles, auditions, I can succeed, you know? So it's a very creative and friendly environment, despite what I've said in the past, that still stands, but I'm adding this onto it. I faked it. Listen, I'm sorry. Okay, I had to let it out. It's been bottled up inside of me.
I think we might need to kick Tarquin out.
I'm sorry.
No.
You can recast. It's fine.
So,
Should we ask some the individual questions?
yes, let's have some individual. Yeah, yes, that's a brilliant idea, Breger. So, let's start with Tanner. Look at me, Tanner. I'm just
My
staring into the
middle
void. So, from what Breger's told me, they looked for a long time to try and find the right voice for Stefan. Was it like... How was it taking the older version of Stefan? We got to see a bit of him on Lithane, but how do you feel like you've taken it on?
To be honest, I let Breger tell me what to do. He bossed me around, and that's kind of how that happened. When you said they were looking for a voice actor for Stefan for a long time, my first thought is, you were looking for that long and you settled for me?
You were the perfect one.
I'm gonna have to call Cap on that. But what was the question again? Did I answer it?
We'll just skip that question. We'll just skip that question.
There was so much
Yeah.
struggling from just asking the question to answering.
I was having panic. I was having a panic attack.
Okay.
All right, Ken, let's ask you a personal British question.
a British question. All right, here we go.
Sir, this Jed character, is he finally dead now?
Well, one can never be sure, you know, and I can neither confirm nor deny any suspicions or conspiracy theories.
Okay, no, but seriously, a more serious question about, like, what is it, Jed? How
That's
do
his
you
name.
How do you feel about this version of Jed? Was playing him here any different than the other films?
Oh, definitely. I've playing Jed here. We've had many discussions, Breaker and I, about this sort of version of Jed and whether or not he can really be considered the same Jed as from Lithane, for instance. The kind of different, I suppose, changes he's gone through each and every film have been so interesting to play. But I feel this is one of the ones that, especially from a voice acting perspective, I had the most fun with, because I felt like I could really let loose and just experiment and try stuff.
It's lovely to hear. You did an amazing performance.
I thank you very much.
So
what-
let's ask.
Wait, can
Oh.
I add on to that?
Yeah, go on.
There's a question still, but like we talked a lot about like why he is different in this one. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like why you came to the choices of how you were gonna act him out?
I kind of came to the, and this was after quite a few discussions with all the directors on this project. Jed, as the character he was, as the kind of manipulative, charismatic leader, definitely did die in The Remnant, I believe. And what we have and we see in this film is quite literally just a shell of the man he once was. He's driven by completely different motivations for this film, and not just for what the plot dictates. It's the way he goes about it. He's a lot more willing to take risks and just make really rash decisions. Whereas we see in the other ones, he's more than willing to sacrifice other people to save his own skin. In this one, it does seem like there is a certain sense where he doesn't particularly care what happens to him anymore, and he's just fighting for the sake of fighting. And I think being able to play someone who's at that level of a mental state and it's been so interesting, and I believe has really challenged me as an actor to try and personify someone who has lost literally anything but refuses to give up fighting.
And you did the coughing and all that stuff. What that was due to the way he went out in the last one, right?
Yes. So we had a lot of discussion. There was spoiler alerts for those who haven't seen Remnant. Yeah, Jed does get blown up, just a tiny little smidge. And we went at great lengths to kind of discuss how on earth he managed to survive that. And one of the kind of things I went through the process I did when sort of coming up with the voice that I would be using for this film. We actually plotted out exactly how he would survive, and Jed in this film is very broken. He's battered. He's gone through literal hell to pull himself up from the rubble. And I feel like he definitely has that ideology and that motivation, and just that kind of, he will only die on his terms in his eyes.
So Stefan was his own terms.
I feel like in a sense it was. Stefan, I believe, is closer to Jed than he might like to think.
Okay.
Again, I must ask.
Yeah,
You've been talking for so long, but we just gotta ask. All the coughing, all the spitting, all the screaming. Did it have a strain on your voice? How was it going around this as a voice actor?
Firstly, there's obviously the whole coughing thing. While convincing my flatmates regularly that I don't have COVID or anything like that, I'm just acting. So that was kind of the first problem. But in regards to the strains for the voice, there was a lot of. The first couple of films I did, I was just like, it's voice acting. You know, I don't need to prepare as much as like live action stuff. So I just kind of went straight into it and would inevitably damage not damage, but wear out my voice quite quickly, especially after the amount of takes, specifically the action scenes. However, on this one, I was a bit more sensible. I'm like, right, I'm going to be... I need to make sure that before every take I do, I am taking these steps to kind of warm up and make sure that I'm prepared, got plenty of water to hand. And both of the directors were completely understanding of this, and that's one of the other reasons I really enjoyed working on this project. There was always that sense of ease that if I needed to stop, or if I felt that I'd pushed my voice a bit too far, there would be no pressure to basically say that, like, I just need a break. I didn't feel obliged to finish everything. And that's just honestly another amazing thing about these directors that we've worked with on this film.
That's
Take
not
that,
what Tanner and Tarquin said.
Well, sorry for being a favourite.
Clearly the star child.
I didn't realize this was a contest. Wow, okay.
It's not a contest, but if it was, I'd be winning.
You got something for MBJ?
Recast Leo, okay? Give it to him.
MVJ, let's get in a bit with you.
Yo.
The soldiers at the start of the film, they had such great chemistry. Even from the first read-through with Briga and the others, I could tell, just watching that, it was amazing to see. The chemistry between them, it was natural. Did you end up doing something with your voice, or was this like something familiar to you? Is this your normal voice? How did you go on about it?
Oh, you mean my voice?
Yeah.
Actually, okay. So I just thought about the guy, the soldier that I auditioned for. Um, I was trying to give him like a little personality, so I just wanted to be like more cranky, like this guy's a bastard, like I don't give a damn about. I was like, I tried to give that sort of voice, and yeah, that kind of came up in my mind. I just made it like straight away, and also to add this one, this also inspired by one of my best friend. I don't know if you guys have already heard. I don't know if you guys have heard him before. This guy's name is Cameron Nickad. He's a voice actor, really awesome guy, and that actually inspires me like to have that sort of like low, sorry, like that low voice, and just just to try improvise between the two characters. Like I imagine I was there, and this is two guys just drinking at night, and be like, yeah, let's just have a drink, and then be like, yeah, I think this is suit for this guy. So yeah, just did it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I love the voice you came up with. From it matches so well with the other. Like as mentioned in the question, like you guys had such good chemistry right away, which makes that the opening so great to me.
Well,
For sure.
I guess. Thank you, Breaker. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, just serious. No, seriously. Yeah, just thanks. I just imagined that scene like in my head, because I remember I read this one. Who wrote it? I think it was him as well. It was Cameron who, again, him. I have to bring him up again. He says that he wrote that if you just have to feel, you just have to feel that scene, and if you have that idea of being there, then it's really easy for me to like imagine I was there. So yeah, it's just that. Even though I didn't met the other voice actors in person or haven't talked with them yet, I just try to imagine that I'm talking with them. So yeah, that plays out in your mind well, and just boom, there you go, done.
So
I don't know if that
it's a bit of a
makes any
mystical-
sense. Oh,
It's
yeah, well,
very interesting to see the insight of how a voice actor operates with stuff like this. So,
What did you go, Tanner?
Tanner will be right back.
Okay.
He's got a roommate over. So, D-Man. Roland.
Yes. Yes.
Roland, in many ways, is that one character that connects this whole unofficial trilogy, especially with the old TSC series as well. In this film, we get to see a new version of him. We can see that he's literally risen up to a higher rank after the war. How is it playing him now compared to the last time you've played him? Do you feel like it's any different?
I do feel it's a bit different. I feel previously when playing him, it was more. It was definitely a different perspective. I feel like he's in this particular despite being a higher rank, he's plays a more tertiary role, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind playing. I actually kind of like playing characters that are kind of more supporting roles as opposed to center stage. So so it was kind of it was a bit it was a so yeah to play him in a more supporting role as opposed to well he's always been a supporting role character, but yeah I'd say I enjoyed. I always find playing him enjoyable, and that aspect hasn't changed.
What did you call it?
A tertiary role.
I have not heard that before. I'm stupid Norwegian.
Very good. You haven't heard any words other than like the 5 words you know in your scripts. Anyways, I'm just gonna ignore that roast. Let's continue.
What?
Right. Who do we go to? Tarquin.
Hello.
Tarquin.
Hi.
As far as I'm aware, you got cast very early on. Like you said, Brigga had contacted you after, was it Endermite?
Yeah, that was about not this past January, but the year before that was around the time that he contacted me.
So, you have voice acted in, let's say, another work or at least a few other works. Would you say it's any different to what you voice acted in this project? Would you feel
Yeah.
like the process or how you conveyed some stuff? Would you say it's been different?
100%, because every other project I've worked on, it's been a lot of like, oh, a director goes, oh, hey, here's a script that's kind of like decently organized, and then they kind of just send it to me and go, okay, record your lines, send them to me, and you're done. And I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't help me. You know, like no real like direction from anyone. Like it's kind of just like throwing a couple lines at someone, and then when you hear the final production, you can very clearly hear none of it fits together, and it's like that doesn't like move an audience at all, you know. Ray for the project with Ray, we had to be like that because we were on like a 2-week deadline,
Right.
because it was originally like a 4-month period that we were allowed to do all these lines, and he contacted me, he's like, hey, I need you to do like 700 lines in 2 weeks. Do you think you can do it? And I was like, okay, yeah, for sure, because it was my first that was my first project at the time. And I ended up mailing a bunch of more roles after that before Baker contacted me. But yeah, I would definitely say that this was the most smooth I've ever had a project go. Mainly because I got to actually meet the cast members. We got to all talk about like the script. We all got to get to know each other on a more personal level, which just makes it easier for us to work together. I got to know the directors more, so if I have any questions, I can ask them. You know, if you know, we just want to get to know each other better for long-term networking, that's great. Just all in all, like the script was fantastic. It was like perfectly organized, perfectly written. When I read it, I was showing it to well, I wasn't showing it until after we were all done. Hold on. I was just showing I was showing off the layout to people, and I was like, wow, this looks amazing. I did show Hold on. This sounds bad. Hold on. I worded that horribly. It looks like a play script. So, and that's what I'm used to doing, is play theater, stage acting, right? Mm-hmm. So when I saw it, I was really impressed, because I'm like, wow, this is actually like a professional production. And that's actually what made me want to take the job, period, was that there was so much behind this. Everything was super well organized, and everyone was on the same page, and it was just a fantastic opportunity. Yeah, no, I definitely would. I don't regret this at all. This is by far my favorite project so far.
Okay, we don't have to aim the bow at him anymore. Yes.
I just went put it there. Hold on. I just went like, hey guys, doesn't this look professional? And they go, oh my gosh, yeah. And then I turned it away. I promise. I didn't show anything.
It's okay.
Well, that's very good to hear. I guess we can take the bows down a bit.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. See, this is why they beat me.
Oh, Tarquin.
Oh,
Tarquin, do you want to talk about it?
I don't remember hearing this.
Is Breaker hurting you?
Did something happen while it was on?
I didn't talk about it. Stop. All right, yeah, no, we're good.
All right. So I want to stir up some drama. I want to fuel some fire.
Okay.
I want to ask Apple and Breaker who their favorite characters in Crimes of Alorion is.
Oh.
Let's start with Apple first.
this is gonna be fun.
Leo. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, but now I can't. Sorry.
I didn't think I would be able to hit you from that far, but yeah, Leo.
That's good.
I'll say Jed.
No one responds to them.
So it's a
Yeah.
50 split, huh?
Oh damn.
Well, there's
Take
only one
this.
person who. Oh, okay.
I got you.
Ooh.
I call it a draw.
That was the
Yeah.
standoff.
Stefan and I kind of. Sorry, Stefan and Jed had their fight. It's time that these two get some action.
Yeah.
I think even
Right.
I think even like the broken down Jed would take care of Leo.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of behind the scenes and Apple Breaker director stuff, you had a very active role in writing the end credit scene for Crimes of Alorion. Can you tell us
Yes.
how the process of that was? What did you want to achieve with it? What kind of feelings did you want to convey? Just run us through it.
So, okay, I remember when the script itself was kind of being written, basically. And Brager showed me the scene at the end. It was like, okay, so this is the kind of ending it was. And I sort of looked at it and I was like, I'm so confused.
Roasting me right now?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, can I make a suggestion? And then we got into like a sort of long discussion, and I remember this went on for an evening. And then we basically kind of worked off each other and eventually rewrote the final scene into what it kind of became in the film you saw. Well, now I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of thing I wanted to show for this this final scene was kind of how far he's changed and how far he's fallen, and I feel like Jed has always, throughout the series, had something to say. He's always had some kind of snarky remark or has spoken to someone behind their back to influence things to his own. We see in Remnant how he uses sort of speeches to rally people, but also to manipulate them to his cause. And one of the things I found fascinating when keeping it in mind, in writing this scene, I said to Braga, I was like, so how would Stefan be reacting to this? How would he be responding to this? And I remember Braga just said, yeah, he wouldn't. So being able to write that where Jed is desperately trying to talk his way out of a situation to someone who is not going to be swayed, someone who is so justified by their actions, it was just really fun watching the kind of the desperation build and the kind of facade of him being this sort of sly, slimy character slowly fall away into showing what he really is just a scared old man at the end of the day.
I like
you definitely did a good job. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say you definitely did a good job bringing that in with your acting. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, I think I've got one last interesting question for everyone to answer.
Ooh.
We've got a few producers in here, but let's forget that for now and just pretend we're not. Let's say you've seen this film. Tell me what you'd like to see happen for these characters in the next films or in the future. What would you think is the perfect ending for Leo and Stefan?
When you know the answer, don't say it. Everybody knows the answer. Got that?
Everyone knows the answer.
So I don't know if we're allowed to answer this. Can I phone a friend?
No, you're not allowed to say anything.
Well, I really like this chair. What's it made out of?
Nice.
It's
Apple
it's
origin
really...
story, you say? Yeah? Okay.
It's mahogany.
Oh, lovely.
Oh,
do you have another question?
Yeah, maybe not the best question. MBJ, let's ask MBJ.
The one producer. The one non-producer.
Oh. Yeah, what's up?
MBJ, you saw the film. You saw our lovely Stefan and Leo. What would you like to happen next with these characters?
Honestly, I was worried about that little guy. That little parrot thing.
Yeah, Apple.
Oops, not parrot thing. No, it's not a thing. It's an animal. He's a very cute, adorable parrot I've ever seen in my life. He's not a thing. It's not an object. I'm sorry, but yeah. In seriousness, I really want to see what really happened. What happened with Stefano after that? Like after he left the place, I'd like to see what his next adventures awaits for him. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Stefano's little adventures. That's all I want to see.
Oh, Tanner's back. Speaking of Stefan.
Oh, Tanner's here.
Hey, welcome back, Tanner.
Hola.
Hola. Yeah, do you have anything to say before we finish up, Apple?
I'll say it again. Thank you everyone for tuning into the premiere. I'm glad you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, as Braga would say constantly on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, leave a comment if you want to, and yeah, 2 years working on this project is finally done. Oh.
Don't break
and you've ruined everything.
You ruined everything. We did it together, guys. We did it.
Is this the part?
Wait,
Is this the part where we awfully plug the merchandise?
No, wait. We're not fully done. Okay, I want to say thank you so much, Apple, for your hard work. I know it's been a struggle sometimes to get this done, and you took so much out of your time to not work on your own universe to do this film. And I just want to say how much me and the others appreciate that you did that. Because honestly, you did such a wonderful job with this film, and I think everybody will see that. And yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a blast just working on a medieval fantasy project for the first time. Taking a break from all the sci-fi stuff.
Well, I'm sure you'll be back to sci-fi soon, right?
No, post-apocalyptic stuff. Gotta work on
Ooh,
that,
nice.
that short film. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gonna be interesting.
Wait, are you doing more than one?
At the moment I have one, and Tarquin's in there.
Whoa! I didn't know Tarkin is in there too.
Is he a detective too?
We should have. Is it too late to rewrite the script, Tarquin?
It's up to you, man. I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And you and
Yeah.
I will probably soon be working on the next Corrupted Universe stuff too.
oh yeah, possibly, yeah, in the future.
That's gonna be fun. Okay, then
Yeah.
there are one more thing to do. To say, hi, Akandra.
Hi.
We gotta thank you too, because it feels so strange that it's just been a year since you got cast as Jed. Because like it feels like you've been playing this part for years now.
Yeah.
And like the fact that I think it's safe to say at this point he is dead after that end credit, which we'll probably release as an independent thing too at some point, because just so that people get to see it. But yes, thank you so much for all the effort you put into this character. Like it's always such a fun thing to see when a voice actor like gets so into the character to the point where they make it so much their own. Like it could not have been anyone but them, and you are really that case. And it's been an honor to be working with you on this role for this. And I hope to work with you more, of course. But for the character of Jed, thank you for all the work you have done. Wonderful.
Cool.
May he rest
Thank
in
you.
peace.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always Breaker just clapping because everybody's voice just cancels
Everybody's
it.
just got to say woo. Okay.
I get a clap for the love of my hand.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming to the cast Q&A. We have a little surprise at the end here, which we're gonna show a little teaser for the upcoming film that follows up the Tribunal. Let me go and get that playing. So everybody tune into the stream and let me.
Where? YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. I can give you a moment to get to it if you want.
I'm actually on. Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. So
Put the link in
wait, hang
chat.
on a second. Thanks
Okay.
so much.
He's not in my
Okay,
chat.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. And
right.
I'm gonna be first of all muting as well. Thank you guys for coming and enjoying the teaser.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. It's
Bye-bye.
bye.
The hour is upon us. Now the
You
most
need to turn off
crucial
the stream
phase of
before
our
you're-
plan shall begin. The hour is upon us. Now the most crucial phase of our plan shall begin. We liberated
not
a
sure yet
land which
because-
has served us well. For further north sits the lawless and forgotten land, ignored by Landra. We will set it free. Bring order and at last reveal ourselves to the world. Once it is secured, there is nothing that can stop us.